Aloha. Aloha. When I was asked to be a presenter at this TEDxMaui conference, they asked me to pick a title of what I was going to talk about, and I had a hard time deciding what I would choose. I thought, dream big. That was a good one. I thought, actualize to visualize. That was a cool one. I didn't know if it was, not clear. But I started really thinking about it, and my message today here is to believe in yourself. And I think that's so important. And when they told me that there would be students here from schools on Maui and youth here, it was even more clear to me that that's exactly what I should talk about, believing in yourself. By the time I was 9 years old, I was living on the beach at Sand Island, at the back. If you've ever been to Honolulu, to Sand Island, you know that it's an industrial area, and that's where like the mats and containers go by, and the airplanes fly right over, and I lived there on the beach, not even in a tent, just my mom and some friends. We just lay some hali'i on the sand and sleep under the stars, and if it rained, we just pull this tarp over us. And my mom, she didn't really have such good friends that we were living with at the time, and I distinctively remember one day, this guy asked me, he said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I stopped for a moment, and I kind of looked up to the corner of my eye, and I saw myself on a stage holding a wireless microphone, and there was this bluish white light shining down on me. And I was in front of an audience that I couldn't number, and I knew that everyone in that crowd was there for me to hear me sing. And I looked to him and I told him, "A teacher." And I kept that dream a secret. I kept that dream, and in my heart, my heart whispered, "Superstar." And I just knew that I couldn't share that with him because I thought that he would tear it down and break my dreams. So I kept it in my heart. And no matter what happened to me in my life, because that wasn't the worst that my life experiences, I knew that there was something to look forward to. And I knew that I was going to be somebody, and I was going to be different, and I wasn't going to follow in the footsteps of the people who basically came before me. My mom, I didn't want to make the same mistakes that she did. And I just always believed, I truly believed in my heart that there was something big that was going to happen in my life, that I would be somebody. And I wasn't going to repeat any cycles. And so that's what I have to share with you. If you believe in something, if you want something, if you aspire to be something greater than anything you've experienced in your life, it's possible. How unlikely it was for me to be living on the beach on a tent, like not even in a tent actually, and homeless on the beach at Sand Island, this 9-year-old kid wanting to be a superstar. Like, you know what I mean? How audacious, just the thought of it. But I want you to know, especially the youth here today, I want you to know that you can do it. You can do anything you want. It's true what those adults tell you in your life. You can be anything you want to be as long as you determine that for yourself and you work towards it. You have to believe. And that's basically my message. I've since played music with so many people who I've never even dreamed of being able to make music with. Ziggy Marley, Jack Johnson. He takes me along with him on tour every once in a while, and I travel all over the world. I've been to Australia and New Zealand and Vanuatu, and I plan to go to Europe next. And I'm not done. My dream has not been fulfilled. I'm just at the beginning of making my dreams come true. There's so much more I want to do in life, so many people whose lives I want to touch with my music and my story. And I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to be here. And the thing that brings me so much joy is actually being able to go out in the community and meet with youth groups, with quote unquote at-risk youth. I don't know a single youth who's not at risk. But it's possible. My life is a miracle, and I'm living proof that miracles happen every day, you know? And I just want to thank you guys so much. I've been on this stage before, and never in this type of capacity where I get to actually share, you know, something so personal about myself. And it's just an amazing thing, and I just appreciate it so much to be able to be here and share this with all of you. And so yes, believe in yourself, dream big. Every day, you have to visualize what you want for yourself in the future. You know, that's what keeps us driven, that's what keeps us motivated, and that's what keeps us waking up in the morning, greeting the day with each hope of possibility. You know, every single day we have a chance to make a difference in our own lives and in the lives of others. And I always tell my friends, you gotta believe, you know, you gotta just picture that thing that you want in life all the time. You visualize it, to actualize it, to make it a reality, you know, and that's what I do. I see myself traveling across the world, to Europe, to South America. I want to play music in all these places. I want to go to, you know, as far as my music will take me. And with that, I want to sing a song for you guys. I had the pleasure of being interviewed by Leslie Wilcox, our host, one of our hosts for today. And she has a show called Long Story Short. And just so happens, one day, India Ari was watching, and she saw the episode that I was on, and I played this song, and she came and she found me. She was on Oahu having dinner, and she asked the waiter about me, if he knew who I was, and just so happens I was playing not too far away. And when I was done with our set that night, the owner of the club came up to me. He said, "Hey, Paula." I was like, "Oh, great. What did I do now?" He said, No, somebody wants to meet you." I was like, "Who?" And he told me India Ari, and she told me that this is the song that made her want to come and meet me. And I just want to share a little bit of this song with you. I have a dream that I'd like to share with you. I've had the same one all my life. So please believe in me. Sometimes it gets so hard, to keep believing in yourself. Oh, but you must, above all else, you gotta hold your head up high. I must believe at dawn again the sun will rise. All I need is just a little faith to get by. And I wanna know when it's gonna come. Oh, I want you to know where I'm coming from. Through the dark I see the light, and I know it'll be alright. All I need is a little, just a little faith way to get by. Soon the storm will subside. Again at dawn the sun will rise. Thank you guys so much.
Hana.